Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Today I'm bringing you a long-form deep dive about Burak Özçivit and Neslihan Atagül, two names that can set the internet ablaze with a single headline. As always, all the details are in this video. If you enjoy balanced, story-driven coverage that looks past the noise, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you'd like to support what we do, click the join button below. Thank you, and let's get into it. Over the last few days, social feeds and fan forums have been spiraling around one spectacular claim, that Burak Özçivit and Neslihan Atagül, beloved for their era-defining chemistry in Kara Sevda, tied the knot not on a red carpet or a clifftop terrace, but inside a hospital. The idea of a hospital wedding sounds like a plot twist plucked straight from a primetime finale, intimate, urgent, and wrapped in mystery. But before we let imagination outrun reality, let's slow down and unpack how this story traveled from whispers to trending topic, and what we can responsibly say about it. First, the origin of the rumor. Several entertainment pages began citing unnamed close sources who claimed that an unexpected health issue, undisclosed, private, and time-sensitive, forced the couple to relocate their alleged ceremony to a hospital setting. Alongside that, fan accounts pointed to three pieces of circumstantial evidence: a registrar reportedly seen entering a medical facility, a floral arrangement posted by a relative with a caption about new beginnings, and, hours later, two separate photos that seemed to show matching rings. None of these items, on their own, confirm a wedding. Together, however, they built a narrative that was irresistible to the public eye. Why was it irresistible? Because it connects to a story fans have carried in their hearts since Kara Sevda. On screen, Kemal and Nihan lived a love that endured impossible circumstances. Off-screen, Burak Özçivit and Neslihan Atagül became shorthand for authenticity and magnetism, for the kind of partnership that makes an audience forget where the script ends. Whenever their names appear in the same sentence, nostalgia does the rest. People don't just want an update, they want a chapter that feels worthy of what came before. Now, let's talk about the hospital angle. If we strip away the drama and focus on the human element, a hospital can be a place of profound clarity. Life's priorities sharpen. If two people were facing a difficult moment and decided to make a promise in the presence of family and a registrar, that would be a private, deeply personal choice, not a spectacle. It's easy for the internet to treat such a decision like a plot twist, but for the people involved, it would be about comfort and love, not headlines. That's why, even as speculation swirls, we must hold space for privacy and remember that health is not content. This brings us to the second wave of the story, reactions. Within hours, hashtags pairing their names surged. Fans wrote messages that read like letters, some celebrating the idea of a love that overcomes every obstacle, others urging caution and begging media pages to stop posting unverified claims. Memes appeared, of course, because the internet speaks in memes. Edits of Kara Sevda scenes floated beside captions like "the real alternate ending," while more reflective posts framed the rumor as a reminder that intimacy often chooses quiet rooms over grand stages. Supporters applauded the possibility of a vow made without cameras, skeptics asked for evidence, reminding everyone that speculation can harm real lives. In the edges of that reaction storm, other names inevitably surfaced: Fahri Evcen and Kadir Dogulu. Their inclusion happens whenever the public tries to draw a line from rumor to a broader constellation of relationships. Here, it's vital to be respectful. The idea that former or current partners should be drafted into a cycle of conjecture is precisely what turns private lives into a guessing game. There is a line between discussing public careers and turning families into plot devices. We'll stay on the right side of that line. So, where do things stand, factually? As of now, there has been no official statement from Burak Özçivit or Neslihan Atagül confirming a wedding of any kind, let alone inside a hospital. We have no verified details about any health situation. What we do have is a cluster of signs that fans interpret through the lens of a beloved screen history. That lens is powerful, but it's also prone to distortion. If there is something to share, we can be sure it will be shared in their own time and in their own words. Let's also explore why this rumor hit so hard. One reason is cultural. Audiences crave stories that affirm the idea of love as action, choosing presence over perfection, commitment over choreography. A hospital wedding, if it happened, would be exactly that kind of story. Another reason is structural. The entertainment ecosystem rewards immediacy. Platforms are built to push the most emotional version of a headline. In that feedback loop, nuance is often the first casualty. That's why responsible coverage matters. The goal isn't to be first, it's to be fair. What would a responsible timeline look like from here? There are 3 possibilities. An official statement appears, brief, dignified, possibly accompanied by a single photo. It clarifies what is private and what can be public. It thanks fans for their care and draws a boundary around health details. Silence continues, not from indifference but from intention. In that case, the respectful response is to let the story rest and allow real life to unfold off camera. An alternate explanation arrives. Perhaps the ring images had a different context, perhaps the registrar sighting was unrelated, perhaps the flowers celebrated something else entirely. If so, the rumor cycle will reveal what it always does, that the internet loves a collage, even when the pieces don't belong to the same picture. While we wait, it's worth acknowledging the magnetism that put these names together in the first place. Kara Sevda wasn't just a hit, it became a shared reference across languages and borders. The grace with which Burak Özçivit and Neslihan Atagül carried that legacy is part of why people want a beautiful, real-life chapter. Whether or not such a chapter exists, they have already given audiences something rare, performances that linger and a professional standard that future pairs will be measured against. There is also a lesson here about the stories we choose to amplify. When a rumor involves potential health issues, the ethical choice is to de-escalate. Health is sensitive. It belongs to the person living it. If a hospital played any role in recent days, then the most meaningful show of support is patience, not pressure. And if the wedding rumor turns out to be only that, a rumor, then the kindest thing we can do is let the false narrative fade without turning it into another spectacle. To the fans writing from every corner of the world, your affection is palpable and powerful. It built the phenomenon that still surrounds these 2 artists. Let's use that power to set a standard. Celebrate the work. Celebrate verified milestones shared by the people themselves. And honor the moments they choose to keep for themselves. As for what's next professionally, both actors remain singular talents with the range to surprise us. If they ever decide to share a set again, the internet will explode, and rightfully so. But the next time their names trend, let's hope it's for a premiere, a new character that challenges expectations, or a creative leap that reminds us why we fell in love with their work in the first place. If a personal announcement ever comes, we'll be here to listen, quietly, respectfully, and without turning guesswork into headlines. I'll close with a promise of our own: we will continue to follow this story with care. If an official confirmation arrives, we'll report it clearly, without spin. If it doesn't, we won't manufacture developments just to keep a trend alive. What matters most is that people, artists and audiences alike, are treated with dignity. What do you think? Is a quiet commitment the kind of love story the modern audience actually wants, or do we still ask our celebrity narratives to look like movie finales? Would you rather see Burak Özçivit and Neslihan Atagül reunite in a project that avoids romance entirely, testing their chemistry in a new register, or do you prefer an unapologetic melodrama that leans into everything they once represented on screen? Tell me in the comments. Your insights shape the topics we explore next. If you appreciated the nuance in this video, please like it and subscribe to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Tap the bell so you don't miss our long-form breakdowns. And if you want to support thoughtful entertainment journalism that respects people over rumors, consider becoming a channel member by clicking the join button below. Your support helps us research carefully and keep our coverage balanced and human. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Take care, and goodbye.